Hey guys and gals, it's me George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man, and I just got a real quickie update for you. I didn't get a lot of time to spend in the shop today. I have started working on the grill because I knew I wasn't going to have much time. I decided to tinker with something fun again. So I started working on my grill shell, and it's just taped together, literally taped onto the front, and the grill bars are taped in. You can see I shaved it down quite a little bit, actually about in half of the depth that it was, and I have started cutting it out. And the grill itself is at this point is made out of a piece of refrigerator shelf, and I'm thinking about putting a black expanded metal behind it. Let me see if I can show you what I mean. Yeah, see right there, I have that chunk of expanded metal. I'm thinking about putting that behind the grill to replicate a radiator. You know, it'll be directly behind it, just like a radiator would be on a regular radiator shell, but we'll see. It looks kind of funky with the motor showing through completely like that. And the other thing, I have my headlight mocked into place, but not only the headlight, but my shock absorber too, because they're going to be all on the same mount. And I'm not sure that this is the absolute final configuration, but it's very close. The basis of the whole unit, and it's going to be kind of hard to see. Let me go around the front here so you can see it from the front maybe. If I get down here like this, yeah, the basis of the whole unit is a Model A Ford lug wrench, and I'm not sure what other wrench it was used for, but they were very common, and this is one that I actually had hanging up out here in the garage. And the one I will use for the other side is one that I had hanging up in my office. So that will get welded on down here at the bottom or bolted on. I haven't quite decided yet. Maybe bolted on, because then I can remove it. And then I have these cool, I don't know what they came from, but it's got a nice little flowing angle to it. And that bolts in here. I've got to shorten it up. That spacer is just so I could bolt it together for now. Everything's just kind of clamped together and bolted together. And then we've got a spacer up here to get the shock absorber back away from it enough so that it will clear down in there. And then down in here, it eventually will, that tab will get welded to my radius rod. Of course, you know, I got to be doing some work on my radius rods right here, so that won't be for a while yet. We got to get our radius rods finalized first. And then to mount my headlight, originally I had wanted to mount the headlight up in here and tuck it back in underneath these double curves here. You see it almost makes a half moon shape there. But because of the depth of the headlight bucket and so forth, there's not quite enough room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use another wrench, and it will get welded onto here and extend out and then bolt our headlight there. What do you think of them apples? Of course, this will get cut off and it'll get smoothed out a little bit. And I might not use that wrench because I have a small assortment of old rusty crusty wrenches. There's some there, and I have a few more over here in my junk wrench pile. So I may end up using something like this on it, you know. Be cool if I had two of these, huh? That would be cool, but I only have one. But we'll see. So yeah, and of course, one more thing I got to show you. We got to remember this. Ah, we found it. There it is. Our hood ornament. And I'm thinking we might have another addition to our grill. As you can see, I've got some marks on there, so I got some more shaping to do yet. But I'm thinking that we might end up with this mounted right down in there. This 289 was a gift from 50 Stovebolt 50, Scott, and this one up here is from the Heavy Chevy family. Mr. Heavy Chevy in particular, I believe this one was. So yeah, and I found them, I had them stashed together in a box with some other goodies. Actually, the box that the 289 emblem came in. And so they're tucked in here neatly together and protected so they won't get banged around out in the shop. So back up in the cabinet with the other chrome goodies. Oh, look at chrome goodies, man. Chrome goodies. Woo, chrome goodies. Woo, chrome goodies. Oh, yeah. So that's my update for today. Oh, I can show you one more thing. Something I picked up at the dump a couple of weeks ago. I know it's a beer tap, but that's not what it's going to be on this. I'm going to take the pump off and the nozzle off the bottom, the hose off the bottom, and that's probably going to get mounted somewhere up in here without the spigot on it, to replicate a hand pressure pump, fuel pressure pump. Back in the old days, we're talking in the old days, 30s and 40s, before they had regular fuel pumps, they would pressurize their fuel system with a hand pump like that. And I should say 20s and 30s. In fact, that was one of the jobs of the mechanic on race cars, like even the Indianapolis 500, is when their fuel pressure started getting low, the mechanic's job, one of them was to start pumping on that thing and get their fuel pressure back up. So they had a gauge so they could keep an eye on that. So yeah, that's where we're headed with that, and I'm kind of liking it. What do you think? Thanks for watching. Bye now. It's a rainy night here under the shade tree. Thundering and lightning. Getting ready to go in the house. Bye now. Good thing I washed my hands before it started raining, huh? Oh, I could always take a shower.